Welcome back on this channel, brother. And as we see Bitcoin right now cooling down, and as we see BlackRock, they bought 778 million worth of Bitcoin. In total, we had 870 million of Bitcoin inflows. I want today to share with you the craziest charts which you probably seen on no other channel than you will see it here. You cannot imagine what I found right now. It's mind-blowing. So first of all, and we will speak, by the way, also about the immediate short-term price action of Bitcoin, mid-term, long-term, and we will speak about all the altcoins where I am right now long on. I am over $3 million long on altcoins. So what we see right now is that we are in a massive extreme greed. You see the fear and greed index showing us extreme greed. And usually if we see extreme greed, usually it's an indicator that we see dump. Now it's getting mind-blowing. The crazy thing about is here you see the golden ratio 2. Yeah? Golden ratio 2. And what I'm watching here and compared is the history of Bitcoin. And if we are watching in the history, as soon as we, for the first time after the bottom, touched this golden ratio 2, this was the time where we got rejected. You see here, exactly here. I'm zooming in. You see, this was exact time. As soon as we touched or came very close to it, very, very close, this is the time when we got rejected. Now we're zooming out and watching. You're not ready for this. Now, because what I'm afraid of, because I'm all in altcoins and long positions, I'm afraid as soon as Bitcoin will dump, and we will have at some point a correction, my altcoin's getting destroyed and I'm very afraid to get liquidated. But if we are watching this golden ratio, we see that we're not even close to it. And what it's telling us, the first time when we should get rejected is at $120,000. Just for your understanding, this golden ratio is so precise, it not predicted the dumps in the previous bull run and bear market, but also in the one which was in 2017 and 16. You look at this, how exactly we reached the bottom in 2015, and the first rejection came after we touched the golden ratio 2. You see, never, probably on no channel give you this information before. You see, always when we touched it, we got rejected. We got rejected, but as soon as we broke above, it was our support. So right now we even not touched it yet, and we should touch it at $120,000. So it doesn't mean we could see a week to 80K. We will speak later in this video about it. But what it indicates is that we should see end of the year Bitcoin by $120,000, because we're not even close to this golden ratio 2. But we are not finished here, because as I told you, fear and greed index 84. And usually people saying extreme greed, get out of the market, we will see dump. We are watching the historical fear and greed index. So this was exactly when we topped out, you see, at 60K and then 69K. And the fear and greed, but we don't watching the top right now because we're obviously not at the top of the bull market yet. But what I'm watching again is as soon as we broke the local all-time high back then in 2019, you see, this is exactly what happened right now. You see, this was our local all-time high, which we broke to the upside. And what we saw, as soon as we broke to the upside back in 2020, we saw the fear and greed index went to 19, 86, 86, 94, 90, 90, 90, 87. So just to be clear, on the leg up, on the pump, we have the fear and greed index between 80 and 94. The fear and greed index, you see, could go and stay between 80 and 94 and would be not problem at all. And here we see the monthly RSI. Always when we touch the RSI around 90, this is when was our top of the bull run. It was here in 2021. The monthly RSI was at 93. In the bull run, which was 7 years ago in 2017, it was 96. The other bull run at 97 again, RSI 99. But the crazy thing is, the monthly RSI is right now at 74. So we just starting. One leg up, cool down, second leg up, cool down, third leg up. What we have here, first leg up, cool down, second leg up, cool down, third leg up. So we're exactly here in this leg up. As soon as we're reaching around 90 RSI, this when we know the bull market top is reached. Another chart is a rainbow chart, which is in the green area. And as soon as we touch the red area or the yellow area, I'm zooming in, show you. As soon as we touched, as you see it here, the red area or the top of the orange area, this is when we knew the bull market top was in. And right now, we are exactly in the green area. Check it out. We are in the green area. So we are far away from the orange and red. The bull market will approximately last at least for the next 6 months. And if we are saying it will end, let's say in May, then we should see Bitcoin at least at $250,000 topping out. Now, let's speak total crypto market cap. On total crypto market, we never reached the all-time high yet. But as we see it, always when we start touching the previous all-time high, which was in 2021 at $3 trillion market cap, we are getting rejected. Perfectly retesting here this line of the total crypto market cap. And in the next days, we should see again a pump through the previous all-time high and a run at least in the total crypto market cap, if we compare here the history, at least of 44%. Let's say only 22%. Let's say we are heading only 22% before we are getting rejected again. It would mean we are heading to $3.7 trillion market cap. So approximately $1 trillion more cash in the market. Imagine what will happen to your altcoins. Prepare for crazy next 2 weeks. After tomorrow we have full moon. It will be crazy. Okay, now we will speak about, we go more and more in detail. We're zooming more and more in. We see right now Bitcoin the 4 hourly, and we see the open interest cooling down, but the price moves sideways and cooling also down, which is very nice, because what we don't want to see is what we had here in the previous days here, when we saw the price rising and the open interests went down. This is what we don't want to see, because it means the people are start to close their positions, but the price is still going up because they're betting on a price cool down. But as soon as the open interest starts rising and the price slowly starts rising, or at least sideways, we know there are more and more people starting to bet on a Bitcoin pump. Now we see we are having heavy support here, up to $85,000 or down to $85,000. You see a lot of volume down to $85,000, and right now it's holding. The support is luckily holding. In case we cannot hold the support, we will see a dump to easily to 75K. 75K, you know, at 75K, it's exactly where we have a lot of liquidity, massive liquidity, millions and millions. And at some point, they will grab the liquidity at 75K. I'm pretty sure, because 20-30% dumps in the bull market are easily happening, but probably we're not here yet. Because if we are watching right now on the 15 minutes, so we're zooming even more in, then we see here, I show you exactly what we see here. 1 second, because I have here to, which pattern we see? We see here left shoulder, head, right shoulder forming. So we see here exactly a head and shoulders pattern, and the price target of this head and shoulders pattern is exactly, wait a minute, we'll do it like this. The price target you measure from the top to the downside, and the price target of the head and shoulders pattern is Bitcoin around between 94 and 95K. In case we're breaking here this resistance line at around 90K. If we break it to the upside, then we will reach Bitcoin 95K. This is where we're coming closer to the local top. I mean, 100K is a big psychology border, even though we saw probably we could go even to 120K before we're getting rejected. But there are two scenarios. Either we're getting rejected at this area between, wait a minute, I will draw it so you see it better. So there are two scenarios. Either we're getting rejected at this 100 till 95K area, or we are getting rejected at this 120K area. In my opinion, these are the two areas where we will see after we will see massive dump of 20-30%. In my opinion, we will still go here to 95K. It's not guaranteed, but this is what I see, because we have this head and shoulders pattern. I mean, obviously, if we break this head and shoulders pattern down, if we are breaking down 85K, our biggest support right now, which we saw right now because we have a lot of volume there, in case we are breaking this support down, then we know we are heading to 80K and 78K, and at between 80 and 78K we have the CME gap, as you know. In case we are breaking it down, we will see Bitcoin dumping to 80K. But in case we are breaking 90K to the upside, we will see Bitcoin to 95K, and this is the area where we could get rejected and visit 78K. In my opinion, 78K or 80K we will visit anyways. The question is only when. Either at until we touch 95K or 100K and visiting this area, or if we are touching 120K and then visiting this area at 80K. Or, obviously, in case we cannot hold, what I don't expect, if we cannot hold 85K, then we visited this 80K area earlier than expected. Because, as I told you, we have a lot of liquidity here down below at 75K, but, and this is what speaks for a break to the upside, for this head and shoulders pattern to work out, is that we have a lot of liquidity above 90K, you see. Above 90K, we have a lot of liquidity, which they could grab right now before we are visiting 75K. Okay? And imagine if we are breaking to 90K, how many shorts getting open, how many people opening shorts, betting that we will see break to the downside. So they will grab a lot of liquidity down below. Okay, here's the CME gap, by the way. It's exactly between 80 and 78K. Then another thing, what we have to watch out is the S&P 500, because I watched, and the correct support line, which was previous support line, should be drawn like this. I had it a little bit wrong drawn, but yeah. And we got rejected here in the last days. We see a little bit breakdown. So what we want to see, that the S&P 500 breaking again above this resistance line. In case we cannot manage to break above it, this would be bearish for the S&P 500 for the stock market, and also bearish for the Bitcoin market. This is what we have to watch out. And today we have the CPI data, the inflation data coming in. It's expected, right now it's at 2.4. It's expected to come at 2.4. So in case it comes higher than expected, we will see a drop in the market, in the S&P 500, stock market, also Bitcoin market. If it will come lower than expected, then we'll see pump in the market. At 5:30 Dubai time, you can calculate what time will be in your country when we will see, when they will reveal the data. Right now we see the S&P 500 in the future see a little pump at 6,400. So it would mean we would not break still the resistance line here, because I think they're all waiting right now of the CPI data. Hopefully, and I think it will come lower than expected. Now let's speak about altcoins, okay? We see the Bitcoin dominance is heading to the upside, as we see the altcoins getting destroyed because Bitcoin has a little bit correction. So we see obviously the Bitcoin dominance is heading to the upside. So the market cap, Bitcoin grabs more total crypto market cap, 60%, back 60% of total market cap is right now in Bitcoin, 40% altcoins. But we are perfectly respecting here this resistance line, and we are in a bearish pattern. So as soon as we're breaking here this support at 57%, we are heading in a massive altcoin season. What I'm expecting will happen sooner than you think, because also on the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, we see we are getting rejected at 0.618 Fibonacci. It's totally fine. We are cooling down to 0.5 Fibonacci, $1 trillion market cap. And I'm expecting to break this Fibonacci 0.618 and heading to our all-time high at $1.6 trillion market cap, excluding Bitcoin. This is our altcoins. And as soon as we break in 0.618, $1.2 trillion market cap, this is when we see altcoins running to the upside. What I'm expecting will happen in the next days. It all depends that Bitcoin not breaking down to 78K, obviously. Now, let's speak about PEPE, because I entered again my PEPE position. I will show you my PEPE position later. It's a $500,000 PEPE long. And PEPE got rejected exactly at our, wait a minute, I have to zoom out, zoom out at daily. At our channel here, we tried to break this channel to the upside. You see, boom, 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 boom. We broke to the downside this channel. Now we are inside of this channel. As expected, we got rejected, and we are heading again down, which is fine. And wait a minute, this is the new one. The old one was here. The Fibonacci was, the price target was 14.5. We perfectly touched it, and right now we are expecting that that PEPE will cool down as low as 132. 132, we have also a lot of liquidity at 132 sitting. Where we have the liquidity. Anyways, there's a lot of liquidity sitting. I checked before. And this is the worst case scenario, 132. Obviously, it could go even lower, but this is what I'm watching for. And if we're heading to 132, this is where I will add even to my position, because I'm right now long. For cooldown speaks also right now this double top. But this double top also only will work out if we are breaking this support at 1247, 1250. In case we are breaking this support, then we have the double top working out, and the price target you measure from top to downside, and the double top price target, what a surprise, would be approximately the Fibonacci 0.618, which is the golden ratio, exactly at 1.032 approximately, where we have the biggest liquidity sitting, also where the market maker tend to grab. Otherwise, in case we hold this support and Bitcoin will pump, PEPE will follow, altcoins following the most of the time Bitcoin, and then we have a new price target here, which could be PEPE at the all-time high or breaking all-time high and heading to 1934, which would be a pump of approximately 47%. Yes, this could happen, because as soon as Bitcoin reaching the local top, what we are expecting at 9,500K, this when meme coins go crazy, and this would exactly when PEPE would break the previous all-time high, which was at 1717. We see also we are sitting right now on big support, which we should hold, because we have a lot of volume here, and the next big support is coming at 109, 108, again exactly where our golden ratio Fibonacci is. Wait a minute, I have to again go back on the golden ratio, 1032. You see, between wait a minute, here between 1011 and 101. So this is where we have the big volume coming in. Okay, so in case we can hold it, then we are moving up to our bigger price target, which I showed you before. Okay, also, if we are watching the open interest cooling down with the price, which is nice. It means we are ready to see another pump to the upside, because we cool down exactly to the levels when we see another pump. For example, here you see. This was exactly the levels of open interest. As soon as we cool down to these levels, this is when we saw a pump again. And if we are watching on the daily, we see also that we cool down massively right now. We could see a little bit more cool down. We could cool down to 41 billion open interest. This is where we have the next big leg up, or we had the next big leg up at 40 billion. But yeah, let's see how it will work out, because on the 1 hourly, it looks like we should see another pump, but it all depends on Bitcoin. Okay, now I show you my trades. Okay, here we have. Today my English is very bad because I'm very nervous about my trades. We are in a PEPE long with $4,000 in a loss, $433,000 long position, AIOZ $71,000 position with $18,000 in profit, and GME $33,000 position with $1,000 in profits right now. I speak of all these altcoins right now. I just show you first PEPE. Right now $1,000 loss. This is my BitGet position. Wait a minute, I zoom in. PEPE, $126,000 position, or I'm even with $550,000 long on PEPE. Yeah, $550,000 long, 120 in there, 440 or 430. Here, $1,000 in a loss. Fed, $112,000 in loss because it's a $1.2 million long position. Aptos, almost $300,000 long position with $62,000 in profits. ORDI, $13,000 in profits, $200,000 long position. Injective, $140,000 long position with $11,000 in profits. And yesterday I took some profits, luckily, on PEPE. So I am right now in since yesterday $133,000 in profits this month. You know, my challenge was make $100,000 profits this month. I exceeded by $33,000, and we have 13th November, so we have still 17 days to go. So I hope I can make another 70k profits, which would mean I would make double the profits which I initially wanted to do, or which was initially my challenge. I made more profits because I made on BYBIT $133,000 profits, and I closed also my Beam long positions yesterday, and some of my Beam on BitGet and PEPE, which is $25,000. So I made $150,000 yesterday profits, which is nice. By the way, I'm also long on Max, also on Fed with $250,000. So I'm all in all like $1.5, $1.6 long on Fed with $22,000 in a loss. And Fed has a lot of FUD right now, a shitstorm, which we will speak in a second about. We see yesterday, in the last 24 hours, got over 720 million people got liquidated. So we have to be very careful. Now let's speak about Fed. We saw Fed dumped again back inside our symmetrical triangle on the big picture. But if we're zooming in, because this chart is not very accurate in my opinion, this pattern, but the worst case here, the support line at $1.11 or $1.12 approximately, in case we say it's a correct pattern. But in my opinion, this is the correct one, the falling wedge. So we are heading to our support here at $1.18, same basically as the big picture chart. But why we saw this dump? So we saw a dump here of over 25%, which is usual also for Fed to dump approximately 20-30% in a run to the upside. But because we had FUD, because Fed wanted to merge, or Paul, PAAL, this shitcoin want to merge with Fed. And people got mad because the dilution of the market cap and blah, 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 and the ratio because the Paul tokens should be converted into Fed and blah, blah. Anyways, this is why we saw this dump. But what people don't understand, these are the people who dumped their tokens and said, oh, I'm going to Tau and so on. They don't understand. Fed is becoming one of the biggest crypto projects in crypto, the biggest AI projects in crypto. And what people don't understand, they have a very intelligent CEO, which had very successful companies previously. And what they don't understand, in Fed are invested big companies like German Telecom, for example, and other big companies which are not crypto-related companies. And what we see is that the CEO of Fed is a very intelligent person, because what he's going, and he's taking the money from big companies, promising this is the next big AI project, and explaining, bro, look, we merged with this AI company and this crypto AI company, blah, blah. We are not only one crypto AI company, but we are several crypto AI companies. For the traditional investors, and for the institutions and the big companies, They don't understand anything about crypto. What they see is, okay, wow, this is one of the biggest crypto AI projects, and they're merged with a lot of other crypto AI projects which seem to be successful. So yes, I will throw my money there. And as I tell you, the price is driven by two factors: attention and institutions and big companies which putting their money in. Not about the small investors like us who are putting 100,000 or 1,000 or 1 million or even $10 million in the projects. These are companies who are putting billions in projects. This is what moves the price. And Fed has exactly these two factors. They have a lot of attention because they are one of the top AI projects. And the second thing is they have a lot of traditional investors putting their money in the crypto space, in this AI project Fed. Can you imagine what will happen as soon as the bull run, I mean, it started already, but as soon as the altcoin season is starting, how many other big companies will throw their money in because they see, okay, Telecom put their money in, it seemed to merge with all these other AI projects. So they will put their money in the top AI projects because they will not watch for the small market caps. I mean, for them, $2 billion, or what's the valuation around $3 billion market cap for Fed is nothing compared to the stock market. So I hope you understand this, and I'm expecting Fed to go at least to $10, but possibly even $15 to $20. Another good thing is they're taking all the other competitors out because Paul is right now gone. Even if the merge is not going through, because there's a proposal, people will put votes, then we will still see Paul, the price dumped like crazy. People lost a lot of money there. But Fed, I'm betting heavily on Fed. You see $1.6 million long. Fed will go crazy this bull run, and the people don't understand this. Anyways, you have to do your own decisions. This is only my opinion, and tell me what you think. We see pretty heavy bounce at $1.22. If Bitcoin is dumping, if we will see Bitcoin dumping, then there's a danger that obviously we will break inside of this falling wedge, and we will see Fed again at $1.50. This could be the danger. We could even lower go below $1 to a week below $1 to liquidate all the longs. There's a danger here, so we could see another dump of 20%. Nobody knows, but hopefully, and I'm expecting here that we see the worst case at $1.18 to retest this falling wedge, and then a pump to our price tag at $1.78. To be honest, we can put the Fibonacci right now at the wick on the upside, and then our price target is $1.90, which would break above our resistance line, which is a massive resistance line, which was a support line, this white line, and then we would heading even to $2.32, which is a pump of over 80%, worst case 48%. So you have to decide on your own what you do. I showed you what I'm doing. I'm longing Fed. It's one of the best opportunities right now because we are at $1.29. We have a lot of fear, and when we have fear, this is the moment when you have to be greedy, and if the people are greedy, this is when you have to have fear. We have a lot of liquidity at $1.80. You see here starting at $1.74, which speaks of the market maker should grab it. We don't have a lot of liquidity down below. So the only reason why we should see dump is only because of Bitcoin is dumping, or because there's more FUD against Fed. Now, let's speak about Beam. Beam is cooling down. The worst case, or not the worst case, but it could cool down to 0.618 Fibonacci. If we see Bitcoin dropping, cool down a little bit more, but 0.618 Fibonacci at 0.18 is the big support. We watching for the price target at 0.02. I am also long on Beam. Am I long on Beam? No, I closed my Beam because I don't know. I don't like this project because it didn't pump so heavily right now. So, but still, it could pump here. We have also some liquidity at 0.18, which is again exactly in alignment with the Fibonacci is 0.618. The next project is ordinals. We have ordinals here, and ordinals could cool down to our 0.618 Fibonacci, $34. The crazy thing is there was a lot of liquidity at $42, and they grabbed also the liquidity at $42. You see here, this is what we spoke yesterday about. The next big liquidity chunk is at $33, as you see it here, the yellow lines, and it's again perfectly in alignment to our Fibonacci 0.618. So we have to watch out for this. But anyways, the price target is $56 here. In case Bitcoin starts to pump and rising to 95 or 100K, I'm expecting here ordinals to go at least to $56. And you know, I am long on ordinals with how much? I'm long on ordinals with $200,000, $13,000 at the moment in profit. The next coin is Aptos. Aptos looking beautiful. It reached our price target at the Fibonacci 0.618 at $13. On the big time frame, on the small time frame, we reached two price targets, because the first one was the Fibonacci 1.618 at $11, and the second one was 2.618 at $13. I told you I'm expecting Aptos to go in the next 4 till 6 weeks to $30, because Aptos following SUI usually. And the worst case where we could cool down is back to our channel, which is which we broke to the upside, which is in a perfect line with the Fibonacci 0.618 at $9, and it's exactly also where we have all the liquidity lying. Wait a minute, I speak also this on the 3 days chart, but wait, I zoom out. You see here a lot of liquidity at $9, but in case Bitcoin is pumping, we have the juicy liquidity here back again at up to $13, $12.80. We could see again a pump to this $13 mark, because we have a lot of liquidity here above us. It all depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin cool down or not. The next chart is Injective. Injective, I'm also long. Aptos, I'm long. I showed you already. Aptos here, can you show you also the position? My Aptos position is at the moment $60,000 in profits, $300,000 long. Okay, now let's speak about Injective. Injective has partnership right now with Fed, but they didn't merge. Possibly they could merge. We have here the big support coming at $20, where we could cool down in case Bitcoin is cooling down. But this is where we should bounce and see our price target $31, the next one $43 and $54, which would be a new all-time high. But it could be very quick rise to the upside. Injective, I am right now $140,000 long, $10,000 in profits. And we see Injective could cool down here, where we have a lot of liquidity at $20, $21, $20, $21. And again, perfect alignment with the Fibonacci 0.618, which is at around $20.50. The next coin is AIOZ. AIOZ saw heavy pump, what I expected, because in the history, AIOZ saw always a heavy pump. This is what we had in 2024. You saw a massive pump to the upside. The same is happening here right now. We had here a pump of over 300%. Right now we had a pump already of 130%. So I'm expecting here further pump in case Bitcoin will move sideways or to the upside. We reached perfectly our Fibonacci 1.618. We reached even the 2.618. We're cooling down. Right now, the worst case where we could cool down is, again, the Fibonacci 0.618 at 50 cents approximately. But right now, we see the bulls are winning against the bears. And if Bitcoin sideways and or moving up, we will reach again our price target 85 cents. My AIOZ position is on BYBIT. And my AIOZ position is right now $19,000 in profits. It's a 71K long position. What we have else? The next coin is GME. GME pumped massively, reached our Fibonacci 1.618 price target at 0.07. Cool down, the next where it could cool down is 0.618 Fibonacci at 0.04. But I'm expecting here further move to 0.09 and to 0.12, 0.15 and higher, because it's a very low market cap meme coin. And you know, GameStop, as soon as the community or as soon as it gets attention and hype as it got right now, it will move pretty fast to the upside because the market cap is so low. So I still long on GME. My GME position is $33,000 with $600 right now in profits. Then we have PEPE, we spoke about GME, we spoke about SUI, because SUI, I want to go long on SUI. I have a spot position on SUI, but I'm expecting and hoping, in case Bitcoin cooling down, that SUI will cool down to $2.35. This is exactly when I will sell my spot position and will go 2x on SUI, because my liquidation price would be then approximately at $1.17. $1.17, and I don't expect that SUI will cool down again at $1.17 because the bull market already started. Okay, Bratan, if you want, you can make registration through my link, get the bonus up to $8,000 or $30,000 on BYBIT. Thank you everyone for watching, and kiss you and see you later.